welcome back to my channel. It's Aryelle Artistry here, and I'm coming at you with another look. So, happy October. It's October 3rd, and I decided to kick off this Halloween season with an easy Halloween look that you guys can do. So say you got invited to a last minute party, you can just pop this on. It's just using black and brown eyeshadow. It's easy to achieve. It's just kind of time consuming because you want to really take your time. There's a lot of blending. There's a lot of precision. So it's an easy look to do. I would just take my time to do it. Like, if you get invited to this party, make sure you get ready like 3 hours ahead of time, just in case. All of October, I want to start creating all of the Halloween looks because I just love Halloween. It's my favorite season. But first, before I get into the video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel because it is Halloween. Like I said, if you want to see some creative looks, I will be doing that all of October. I do have some other looks on my channel, so you can watch those if you want to see. I did do my foundation and my brows off camera, so if you do want to see that, I have other videos on that as well. Comment down below what you want to see next. Like I said, I want to create a lot of Halloween looks, so I need some suggestions on what I should do next. And if you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up so I know, so I can create more videos like this for you guys. And if you want to know how to achieve this look right here, just keep on watching. So the first thing I'm going to do is I have this pencil right here. This is by MAC. It's actually discontinued, but you can use any black liner. I know that Mercier has the Caviar sticks. It's kind of very similar. Just get a black one. And I'm just going to prime this and put it all over my lid. And I really want to just cover the whole entire eye. So I'm just taking a dual fiber brush and I am just blending this out. You don't have to really make it precise just yet. Just blending out the edges. And this is going to kind of differ from your eye shape. I have more of like an almond eye shape, so I'm going to wing it out just so it doesn't, I don't really like that circle look. I like it to look more like realistic. So I'm going to just wing it out. So that's what I'm going to take So that's why I'm just going to take the pencil and then just start winging it out. Kind of like I always do with my shadows. So it's very similar. So I just gave in to being a coffee drinker. Like, I tried not to, but what are you gonna do? And now I'm just taking another fluffy brush and just kind of blending it out again. And like I said, you don't have to worry about being precise. You just really want to get this all over. But don't put on too much because you just want to blend out the edges. And don't worry about like the spaces because we're going to cover that up with eyeshadow. I'm going to go back and forth with the pencil and the brush, just applying and blending. And I like to do one eye at a time, just because I feel like it's easier that way, rather than you go back and forth. You can kind of just mimic the other eye. See how I just like winged it out a little bit? With these sticks, you want to work not fast, but you kind of want to not let it sit there for too long because it's going to be harder to blend out. So that's why I kind of do one eye at a time as well, because I don't want to do both eyes and then one can't blend out and I'm sitting there for years trying to blend it out, because ain't nobody got time for that, girl. If you want to, if it really helps you, you can take a brown pencil and you can kind of sketch where you want everything. When I first started doing this, that's what I did, and it did help a lot. So you can just sketch around where you want everything, but I feel like this, to me, is the easiest way because I'm just applying the pencil and then blending it out rather than drawing the line. But if you are a beginner, that's what you can do. And I would use brown instead of black because if you mess up, you won't be able to tell as much. This is like a smoky eye gone wrong. If I was just wearing this like every day. Not every day. Girl, get it together. If I was just wearing this like at night, if I just did a smoky eye. I'm not gonna lie, like this is how I did it when I first started. I kind of just like put black everywhere. But this is Halloween, so this is acceptable. So now that we look crazy, which we want, I'm going to put the eyeshadow on. So now I'm going to be taking a MAC 224 brush, and I'm going to be using brown just to give it more dimension. I'm going to be using Espresso by MAC, and I'm just going to be blending it around the edges. And then we'll go in with black eyeshadow. So like I said, you just really want to blend, blend, blend. You know, I'm the blending queen. Because it's just gonna look more realistic. And I'm kind of going in over here on the side of my nose, just because we're gonna be taking it up a little bit more. So I'm just kind of prepping that area. And now I'm really taking this out. So now I'm just gonna go in with a clean, well, it's not really clean. I'm just gonna go in with another duo fiber brush, and this one's angled, and it kind of has a little bit of my foundation on it, so I'm just kind of blending the two together. Just so it cleans it up a little bit. Alright, so now we're going to be going in with a darker black shadow. So this is Corrupt by Makeup Geek, and I believe this is the darkest black that I've ever found. I've tried MAC's Carbon, but I feel like that's not black enough for me. I need something dark, honey. And I'm going to be taking a Crown C509 brush, and this is just a flat synthetic brush. And now I'm going to just be putting this all over my lid. Like, look how black that is. That's amazing. And I like this because it's tapered. It's like a tapered flat synthetic brush, so it really gets like that whole lid area, which is really nice. So anytime you're working with cream, you want to set it so it doesn't crease. And make sure before you set it, there's no creases there. You should blend it out. Just because if you put a powder on top of a cream and it's already creased, then you're just gonna have a harder time blending it out. I love a good black matte eyeshadow. It's honestly the best. Hard to find, but when you do, it is the best. So now I'm gonna be using that MAC 224 brush I used before with Espresso, and I'm going to be dipping it into Corrupt and just putting it into my crease. And I'm going to go back in with the dual fiber brush, the fluffy one, and I'm just going to go back and forth blending the two just to make sure that there's a gradient. See the difference? Oh yeah, I'm liking this. So now I'm going to go in again with this kind of the same brush, but it's angled and it has the foundation on it. I'm just going to go over it very lightly, making sure there's the gradient. Everything is blended. No harsh lines. You know, you know. Alright, now I'm going to be taking my finger and I'm going to be taking Corrupt, and I'm just going to put it right onto my lid, making sure that everything is nice and black. Okay. Alright, so now I'm going to be going underneath, and I'm going to be using that 224 brush and the Corrupt and just going underneath now. And you want to drag this very, very low. And then I'm just winging it. I look like a freaking robber. Like I'm about to rob a bank. or like a raccoon or something. And now I'm just taking that fluffy brush again, blending it out. And for the bottom, I'm kind of like dragging it down too. So like I said, it looks more realistic. So now I'm just taking my foundation brush and just kind of cleaning up a little bit. And now I'm taking that chubby stick and just putting it right in the waterline. And then I also want to blend that too, so I'm taking a little smudger brush and I'm going to go right underneath and just smooth that out. And I'm going to do the same for tight lining. You can use Smolder for this, what I usually use. I'm just using this because it's handy. But for this stick, I'm going to put something down in the description box below that's similar, so you guys can get your hands on that. So for lashes, I'm going to be using the Ardell Mega Volume in the 253. And I'm going to pop these on and I will be right back. So I went ahead and put mascara on the bottom and the top after I put my lashes on. I'm really feeling these lashes. They're so nice and long. I love them. And the mascara that I use is the Lights Camera Splashes by Tarte. This is the waterproof one, but you can use the regular one. And if you want to be a little more glam, you can use bottom lashes. I kind of don't want to do that because this is not like a glam look to me. This is just like a skull. But if you guys want, I can do a glam skull. I did do a glam kitty and that was using glitter last year. So I do want to do like some glam things, not just some scary things. So like I said, just leave me some comments down below. Let me know any suggestions that you guys have because I am in a creative mode and I want to just create as many looks as I can for October. So, yeah. What I'm going to do is I'm going to draw my nose. And for that, I'm going to be using this MAC 210 brush. It's like really, really, really tiny. You can get a painter brush at Michael's, like find a small one like this, just a detailed brush. You don't need this specific brush. And I'm going to be taking, you can either use two options. You can use a gel liner, which is this one, and this one is by L'Oreal. So there's that. Or you can use a lipstick, and this one has like glitter on it from when I used it last year. So you can use either or, just make sure you set it with the eyeshadow. So just to kind of get more movement, I think I'm going to be using the gel liner. So I'm just dipping it in there. And I'm actually going to, before I do that, I'm going to take, oh my god, this needs to be sharpened. So before I do that, I'm going to be taking Teddy and just be outlining my nose just to make it a little more perfected. And then I'm going to be using a 266 brush with that. So I'm just going to be taking the pencil and the brush and just kind of coloring it on. And then I'm going to be drawing what I want the nose to look like. And then you can go in with the black. This part is just easier for me just because I'm a perfectionist and I want it to be perfect. So I'm going to be starting like kind of in the middle because of how my nose is. I'm going to put like a dot right in the middle right here. And don't forget to have some Q-tips handy just so you can clean up any mistakes that you make. We're all human, none of us is perfect, and I definitely can't draw, so this might be a struggle for me. And if you can make it the X, kind of like the Cubix bow on the lips. Like how I do the lip liner, you can make like an X on it, just so it's kind of perfect. So you kind of want to make this like a point. And then don't connect it, like keep that point there. And then go down here. Round this out. Boop. I hope you guys can see because my lights are making it a little difficult. And then do the same over here, but this one you don't want it to be exactly the same. You kind of want this one to be a little bit lower. So that's just using the brown. So now we're going to go back over that with black. And it's going to be looking a little different. See how the gel liner just moves so smooth? I really like that. And just a tip, if you have like a shaky hand, make sure it's steady on something so you can really like draw a precise line. Like I know I have a really shaky hand, so I like to just keep it steady and then draw. This also applies to like eyeliner, so I find that that works for me, so I figured that might help you out when you do this. And now I'm taking that same 266 brush and I'm going to dip it into that gel liner and then just color in the missing parts. So I'm starting off with the easier steps first, and then we're going to get into, it's not difficult, but it's just more precision. And you want to take your time with this. You don't want to rush. When I'm close to the edge, I'm just tapping it so I don't mess up that perfected line. If it's not perfect, it's okay. You can always go back in with concealer or foundation or a Q-tip. And what works best is the Q-tips with the little points at the end, because that's really going to give you the most precise point. I really like this angled brush for cleaning up. Like I'm just really making that point more prominent. Because I feel like with the other one, you can't really do that because there's no point. But this one is like, see, it's like angled and it has this little point at the tip, so it makes it really easy. And I'm putting like I'm kind of just resting my finger on my face and pressing. Now I'm going to be going back in with that corrupt eyeshadow, and I'm just going to be putting it on my nose just to set that. And I'm going to be using that same flat brush, and then once I get into the smaller areas, I'm going to switch to a smaller brush. I'm using this pointer brush, just both of these brushes together. So first I'm going to start with this one and just pat it on there. When I get up here, I'm kind of going really light-handed so I don't mess up any of the work I did. So I'm going to be using another pointer brush, and I'm going to be taking Espresso and just contouring my nose like a little bit. And I'm going to go back in with that, it's so black now, that fluffy brush. Just blend. Alright, now to get to the fun part. So we're going to be contouring with black and brown, just kind of creating like a gradient shadow effect. And then we're going to be doing the lips. So I'm going to be doing the same thing I did before. I'm going to be taking an angled brush. It's another one. I'm going to be taking an angled brush, and I'm going to be going in with Teddy, and I'm going to outline it, and then I'm going to go in with the black. So this just really helps you. It's just like a guide, you know? So we're going to go in just contouring as I usually do. If you don't know where your contour is, it's right where like the sunken in part is. So if you do like the fishy lips, it's right there. So I'm just going to go as I usually do. So when you get about like here, so if you take your finger, and I mean my nail is here, I'm stopping where my nail is, you want to go down. So you don't want to go to do a straight line, you want to do a curve and then go down. Now the hard part is matching it on the other side. So what you can do is you can do a dot where you think it is, you know? Kind of like we dotted the nose, and then just do the normal contour. I feel like it's not straight. It's not. Yeah, it's not straight, but it's okay. Because remember we used brown, so we can get rid of it. just blend it in with the foundation brush. And look, it's gone. This is why you use brown, kids. Don't use black first. And don't be discouraged if you mess up. Like, it's okay. That's why we are using brown instead of black, so we can blend it out and start again, you know? I'm a perfectionist, so I can sit here for hours trying to fix this, but I'm just gonna let it be. So now we're gonna go in with black eyeshadow instead of the black cream, just to blend it out. So I'm gonna be taking the Crown C528 brush, this little mini detailed brush. And this is like, I use this in my crease a lot. So I'm just gonna be using the eyeshadow and blending that. And then when I'm dipping back into the corrupt eyeshadow, I'm gonna start back here. And then I'm gonna go back and forth with the pointer brush that I used before and the same fluffy brush I have been using. Not the angled one, the fluffy one. I'm really liking using dual fiber brushes for this because I feel like it blends really nicely. And I'll link these brushes down below. These are the Amazon brushes that my boyfriend got me. And honestly, like, I'm not mad at them. I really like them. So I'm just blending underneath the line we created, not on top. And then I'm going to be using the 224 brush that I used before, and I'm going to have espresso on that, and then just go underneath, just to kind of get that gradient effect. And then I go clean up with my foundation brush, and then I'm going to use my setting brush. And I'm just going to keep repeating the steps. And I'm going to repeat the steps until I feel that it's to my liking. And you really want it to have some more definition up here. So that's why I keep going in with the pointer brush and then just keep blending. Because you notice I'm not really touching that bottom area anymore. See how it just created that line? Oh my god. It just like stops right on my pimple. Like, what the hell? Alright, so now we're gonna do the lips. And the lips are pretty easy. All you're gonna do is you're just gonna take some brown and do the lines down. So I'm gonna start in the middle of my lips and then work my way out just so it's a little bit easier. So I'm gonna just start down the middle of my nose. So I'm gonna be going right in between my cupid's bow. So like right, like halfway. Don't do the whole thing. Just do like halfway. So I just did a line right down in the middle. And I'm going to be doing the same on all the rest of them. And then I stopped like halfway here. So I'm also going to be doing it on the tips of my lips. So right here. Make sure to space them out accordingly too. You don't want them too close together. So I'm going to do about like 10. So I have 3 already. When you move down, I'm going to just not go as high as the other ones, if that makes sense. I'm going to just go a little below. Just make sure your mouth is closed so you can just kind of drag it. You don't have to do one and then the other. Just dragging it's going to be a lot easier. And you'll see it'll come together once we use the black. Now I'm just going to extend my lip a little bit, so I'm going to just draw a line straight, not touching over here, just a little bit. So like here. Just so we can create one more. Boom. So this you want to use eyeshadow, just so you can blend it out, and then we can go back later in with the gel liner just to give it some more definition. So I'm going to be using the same 266 brush we used before. And I'm just going to be using that with some eyeshadow. I'm going to just kind of wipe off the gel liner that's on here. And I'm starting to color it so it's a little faded. I'm fading out this way. Just a little bit. And when I fade out, I'm not dipping it back into the product. So now we're gonna take the little pointer brush, the 210. We're gonna dip it into the gel liner and then just go over it a little bit, just because you want to keep that gradient effect. So halfway in the middle of your lips, you want to put the gel liner. So like here. I'm not going out here touching the blending we did. Just right here. I'm going to be taking the shadow, and I'm going to be taking this mini pointer brush. This is the Crown 6513, and I'm just going to color right in here. And I'm not even doing the whole entire lip. I'm just doing the inside, and I'm stopping like here. Now I'm just going to be using that same brush and just kind of adding a little more, just to make it look a little more realistic. So I'm dipping it into the Corrupt and just adding it where I feel like I need it. To make it look a little more realistic, I'm going to take I'm going to be taking espresso, and I'm going to be bronzing my face. I'm going to be using the MAC 168. Sorry, it's like faded. And this is just the blush brush. I'm going to be dipping it into espresso and then just going over here. That's better. Alright, and now I'm going to dip it into espresso once and then go like over here. And then I'm going to take my foundation brush and just blend. I kind of want to do the same down my neck a little bit. So I'm just going to do the same here. I'm going to dip into the espresso. I kind of want to accentuate my collarbone a little bit, so I'm going to be doing that too. I'm just going to be taking that smaller brush. Alright, so now I'm going to be blending it with that fluffy brush. And I kind of want to darken it again. I'm going to use the pointer brush now. And that is the finished look. I am obsessed with this. This is such an easy look to do. Like, you don't have to worry about painting your face white or anything. You just do your regular foundation. I did my brows a little on the heavier side today, since it is more of like a Halloween look. So yeah, I'm loving this. Girl. And you can do any type of shirt with this. You can do, honestly, you can do any outfit with this. If it was me personally, I would do like something like all leather, just to make it like different. So yeah, if you did like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments below what you guys want me to film next. If you guys did achieve this look, please tag me on Instagram. It's at Aryelle Artistry. I would love to know if you guys recreated this look or you did your own type of version. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!